One word that comes to mind.
Chaos.
Yeah, I would have said the exact same thing. I would have said the exact same thing. Chaos,
Yeah.
definitely. Because you cannot really think about like a specific thing to say. Like one specific thing that you can like say, okay, this is it, or like specific stories that you can tell, but it's just more of like the whole, experience is like the one thing is chaos. Yeah. Because there's just so many things happening.
I've been to like 4 continents within a month. Like 7 different time zones.
Well, I wouldn't say 7.
I was like
It was
5.
5. Yeah, it was
But
5
still,
different.
it was a lot.
Yeah, that is true. What's the funniest or weirdest thing that happened to you while traveling?
Funniest story, I think, would be in Fiji.
I agree.
Yeah.
I already know what she's gonna say.
Obviously. But yeah, we were at a hostel and we had our own private room. We made a friend. We invited him to sleep with us for the night because he was in the dorms and it was very loud and he had something going on in the morning. And as soon as he comes into our room, he puts his backpack on the bed. And when he opens the backpack, a mouse jumps out and starts running around our room. Naturally, I jump on her bed.
Okay. My point of view is that I was in my own bed, okay? I was like with my headphones on, like scrolling on Instagram, like when does 1 a.m. in the morning. And I just hear like stuff was happening in the room, blah, blah, blah. They were talking, and I just hear her screaming. No, actually, I hear that guy saying, there is a mouse. And I was like, at this point, I think it's like a joke or like a saying or whatever, but I don't really care because they were doing their own thing. But then I hear her screaming and jumping on my bed, and I was like, okay, like I hold her for a little bit, and then I take my time and I turn around, like what is happening? By that time, the only thing that I see when I turn around is this guy holding her hoodie in one hand like this, like walking very strangely with it at like to the door, and then going like this at the door. And then I'm like, what the happened? And then they were like, there was literally a mouse coming out of the backpack, and it basically jumped in her hoodie, kind of hanging somewhere.
So it ran across the room. My hoodie was like, the bed is here, the hanger is here, my hoodie was here, came out of the backpack, ran across the room in my hoodie, and then yeah, he took him out.
It's like one day she would say something, and then the next day or even the same day that exact thing would happen. It was completely crazy. Very weird.
So we were in Japan, in Tokyo, on the side of the road, and I said, no, I think I could find my husband here. And within 5 minutes, this guy came up and he proposed to me.
Is that
not like propose, but like obviously fake propose.
fake propose?
Yeah, that's what happened with Puri Puri.
Yeah. That is also a very funny thing. Like when we were in Japan, like people kept calling her beautiful. Like, oh my god, you're so
Pretty.
Beautiful, like so pretty. And they kept saying piri piri. No.
They kept saying Puri Puri.
Oh, puri puri. Yeah. Oh my god, you're so puri puri. You're so puri puri. And then at some point she just like took the whole thing, and she was like, oh, that's how you say like pretty in Japanese. It's like puri puri. So she kept saying like for days on end. She kept saying like, oh, puri puri, puri puri, just joking about it. And then at some point, we had a friend from Japan, and we were talking about this thing, and she was joking like, okay, puri puri, and he was like, what is that? What is that? And she goes, what do you mean? Puri puri is like pretty in Japanese, no? And the guy was like, no, not really. And I was like, because I did not know that she actually considered that puri puri was pretty in Japan. It was like in Japanese. And I was like, oh my god, are you serious? So it's like a whole thing for her to like acknowledge and like realize the fact that puri puri only is the like way that Japanese people say pretty. It's like puri, but it's not actual like what it means. But yeah. 5-second moment that instantly represents your trip.
September 1st.
That is so true. That is so true. I swear to you guys, for like 52 hours, we were in September, like on September 1st. That was super crazy. Like there were so many hours passing.
We left New Zealand on September 1st at 7 p.m. and we got to Bolivia on September 1st at like 8 p.m. after 25 hours of traveling.
At least.
And like for I think 50 hours we kept asking each other, what date is it? What date is it? And it would be like, it would always be September 1st. September 1st. You want to tell us about what you went through? Because I think you experienced some interesting things throughout this month.
You mean like I threw up 7 times?
Yes.
It's really crazy because I think my body is not that it wasn't ready for it, but I already knew that I was going to have a hard time because of all of the changes that were going to happen in like a super small amount of time. And because of like traveling through all of the timelines and stuff like that, and we only got like 5 days tops in one country, so we had to like move from one to the other. It was really difficult for my body to kind of adjust. I am used to traveling on a budget, but it's not necessarily for me like, for me it's never like the money is going to end, so I need to like take care of it. It's more about like from the beginning taking care of not spending that much money because I don't necessarily want to or need to.
What did you learn about people and the world?
I didn't learn about people in the world. I mean, I think I always had this thing of like very naive way of seeing the world, which is like all of the people are nice and everybody's nice. And I think this was also validated in our trip because we went to some places that are not necessarily considered like the safest places to be. But we didn't have any trouble except for Bolivia when we got robbed. But actually,
no, guys, no, cut. We did not get robbed. She put her money in her front pocket of her purse, and in the morning, she's like, Julia, we got robbed. I'm like, did someone hold you at a gunpoint? Like, no, someone just stole my money. So anyway, no, someone stole money from her purse. Period.
So we got robbed. But what do you mean? We got robbed.
Can we look at the definition of robbed?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pretty sure, okay, because it's like, I'm pretty sure that robbed is like when somebody takes something that you have in your possession.
Robbed, that's what it means?
Yeah.
No. Take property unlawfully from a person by force or threat of force.
Okay, so there was no force or threat involved.
So, yeah, someone just stole from her.
That's maybe thinking that they're so different. And of course, you get like very like difference in tradition. But like the kind of like the core of a person, I feel like it has once again been validated for me that it's the same thing. It's like everybody enjoys laughing, everybody enjoys spending time with each other, everybody enjoys doing activities together, and everybody is just like very kind of purposefully helping each other. So I think like everybody's just looking for joy and happiness.
Yes, it is. It is the best. It was the best summer job ever. But there are some downsides as well, which a lot of people don't realize before going on this journey. For example, changing time zones. I think out of 1 month, we've spent at least a week only on planes and transportation. We had to do a tour around the world, which we flew 30,300 miles total, which is a lot in 1 month. There's a lot of moving places. You have to be very quick with it. If you meet some nice people there, you want to stay longer, then you have to leave the next morning. Maybe you stay up late, you don't sleep, then you're on a plane. Some people can't sleep on planes, so that's even worse. You're tired, you end up throwing up.
Okay.
You get to experience a lot of things, but also you don't get to process everything that you've experienced. It's kind of like you're living in a fever dream, and you're like, what is happening with my life? Where was I? We kept saying that, where did we spawn ourselves again? Like 2 hours ago we were somewhere, now we're somewhere else, and 20 hours later we're somewhere completely different on a different continent. And it's like your brain doesn't have the time to process everything because it's such a short time span. But yeah, other than that, it was great.
Yeah. What will you miss most about this?